Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 39 of Stellaris as the Stellar Union. We have finished researching cruiser assembly yards. Let us go and work on an extra 5% armor. I don't mind if I do. We've got a few different battles going on. We have taken some losses, but that is one of the things that you are always going to find in this game. You're always going to be losing ships. That's never going to change. So you just have to deal with that.
Situation log updated.
So now that we've taken that station out, we want to go back over here and continue to bombard the surface before they all recover. And we want to go and enter orbit. So we'll probably find... Yeah, you see, we've stopped bombarding now, so the planetary fortifications are all back at 100%. Our vassal is constantly trying to land its armies and then realising that it's going to get wrecked. So it keeps just landing and taking off and landing and taking off, which is a little bit silly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and bombard the planet, and that should solve that issue, and then we'll go and bombard the other one. I don't think they've got anything left. I think we have pretty much reduced their fleet down to nothing. In fact, we can find that out if we actually go and click on them. They're now inferior. Yeah, their fleet power is pathetic, which probably means they don't have a fleet left. Governor has upgraded, that is fine. This fleet, you are supposed to be bombarding here. I hope you are. The planetary fortifications don't appear to be going down. Vassal under the Stellar Union. This planet is occupied. Oh, they're already occupying it, apparently. So it is actually already occupied by our vassal. That's fine then. So let's go and do this one. I didn't see the symbol there for a start. So you guys can go and enter orbit there. Yeah, they keep sort of warping in here and suddenly finding themselves next to a military station. Where is that they're actually warping into? In here. Glad those guys built that. That's certainly helping out. We're already up to 42% war score, which as far as I'm concerned is quite good. Let's just go and get these battleships over to here, and we can try and get rid of these wormhole stations. Take away their ability to sort of move around quite so freely. Not that they have much of a navy for me to worry about anyway. So how are we going with the... Wow, that's a crappy world, isn't it? But let's have a look how things are going here. The planetary fortifications are going down. Of course, the problem you have, the more stuff you take from other civilizations, the more problem you're going to have later on with rebellions and stuff like that. Speaking of rebellions, we haven't looked at the factions for a while, because you'll see here we have quite a few. Why do these guys want to be independent? I mean, can we can bribe their leaders, but... I mean, what does it do? So it doesn't actually tell you. Minus 10% support, but it doesn't get rid of them. I think we're fine, overall. We shall see. We'll keep our eye on it. Planetary fortifications are going down.
Station under attack. Research.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Almost guarantee it's just another ship trying to build a... wormhole next to my station. Border range has now increased by 20%, which is really, really nice. Extra leader pool size and an extra 2 leader capacity. That's not a bad thing. It's only 28 months, so that's not too bad at all.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, spaceport's going down. Most of this stuff not really all that important. How are we doing there? You're down to 0, so we will land our armies. Then we might have to go and land on their homeworld to get what we want. I mean, they are already pathetic, so they might just give up. Not too sure what it is sometimes, but the portrait doesn't resize properly. It isn't scaling, and it's clipping a lot of the edge of the portrait out, which is a little bit weird. But our army's doing well. Taking a little bit of damage, but they do have some mechanized combatants. They do have a bit of a robotic army there, helping to protect them. So I think this is like one of the hardest invasions that I've ever actually had to deal with. We might even lose some of our units here. Did we?
Secured.
We didn't. We still have 11. So they took a lot of losses, but we still have them. It would be nice if we could go and take out that fleet up there. Because they are just being a pain. No, are they warping out? Looks like they're trying to warp out. They're trying to do something. I just can't actually tell what.
Station
They're within range now, so...
Hostile fleet engaged.
You should. It's just a transport ship.
Situation log
They should be gone.
updated.
Oh, they did warp out, I think. Okay, instead of following them around then. So what do we want to do? We've managed to occupy some of these. You guys have arrived over here. I would like you to take out that wormhole station. Navi, you are bombarding that. We don't control that yet. So we want to... Well, we need our army to recover a little bit first. So we want to take our navy and we'll probably go to their home world just to... see if they've got any ships left and just sort of put some pressure on if we can. Now then, how are our armies doing? They are still trying to recover. They did take a lot of damage. Sometimes when you click on things, the game pauses, but it doesn't actually say that it's paused. They do have a fleet there, interestingly enough, but they're not doing an awful lot with it. We've got a few ships around. Okay, army, you are pretty much fully recovered. We'll wait until the planetary fortifications are maximised.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Now then, how big is their fleet? Don't really think they've got one. So, you guys are now fine. So, if you would all like to embark and get yourself over to Navi. Let's go and check the first fleet. Got to remember that this fleet is actually quite small. Because they did take some losses.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
But we'll start taking out their stuff. Well, their home planet actually shows as a Clagian civilization.
Situation log updated.
That's on their home world.
Hostile fleet
That's
engaged.
really weird. We'll let everything down here get taken out, and then we'll come down and take out that that wormhole.
Hostile fleet
We've
engaged.
destroyed that wormhole that
Situation
was
log
down here,
updated.
so we need to go up and deal with this one. How are things going on over here? Not too bad at all. Just need to wait for the armies to get into position.
Construction complete.
And we should still be bombarding this world here. Let's get the fortification down on Navi 2. Here comes the army, so let's go and enter orbit. Let's check on the first squadron, see what they are doing. And yeah, I think we'll just go and bombard the home world. Actually, no, let's go and take out the wormhole generator first, then we'll go and bombard the home world for fun. Now then, have you guys arrived here where that wormhole is? Yep, let's go and get rid of that.
Hostile fleet engaged.
So stuff is getting done. Let's just keep our eye on the surface here. Planetary fortifications are almost down. Now we want to attack. So the armies that were already... I've only just realised that that button was there. So you don't actually need to right-click and land armies. If you're in orbit, you can just attack. Doesn't look like they've got any droids on this planet, so we should be able to take this one a little bit more easily than the previous. At least I'm hoping that is the case. Received a communique from a previously unknown civilization. The first contact with the Empire of Benetznash. Yeah, okay, fine.
Engaged.
Not too bothered about that. Are we attacking there? Are we getting stuff done? Do we have weapons? The game is paused. Can we go and get that sorted, please? Thank you. Now then, what have you got there? You've got a transport fleet, which I don't like.
Enemy planet secured.
Have you managed to retake that? I think they have, you know. I think I might need to go back and give them a smack. Let's come back down here and deal with that, because that is one of the planets that we want. We are still doing very well in war score, so that's fine. So we've secured that planet, so let's go and bombard this moon. because we need this one too. We should be able to take that one quite easily. They have surrendered, so we get everything that we wanted. Brilliant. So, let's bring everything that we... Let's pause up for a second, because we've got stuff to do. Fleet is missing, because it was in their space, which I don't know why that happens. I think you should be black flagged, like in EU4. You should be allowed to bring your fleet home. But all of our other fleets, we need to bring home to the homeworld. So anything that's not already on the homeworld, get back to the homeworld. We've also just suddenly gained a lot of worlds, which I don't really want. So I'm going to give them to the sector, which was always kind of the plan. This is SCOG. They do want some independence. Oh, look how much money we're losing. So SCOG, we want... where are we? We want planets. We want SCOG. Where are you? You are going to get some free stuff right now. You know, you can have all of this, because I'm not bothered about it. So that makes them a little bit stronger. We're not losing money and stuff anymore now from doing that. Give you that one as well? Sure, why not? So we'll finish that. So that's SCOG done. There is still some stuff down there to survey. Lots of alliances sort of popping up now. But we got that victory, which is good. Let's go ahead and get the Githian to just go... do we really want to bother about this debris? I think at this point the debris is a little bit useless. But there are lots of places here that we can survey. So we will survey this system. We will survey this one. We will survey that one. This one. Just get them all queued up. There's quite a few here, actually. It's going to keep the Githian busy for a while. So that's good. We've won another war. So as you can see, our space is actually now getting quite big. Of course, we're not the only faction that's getting quite large. Some of the others are really sort of starting to blob out. That's the guy that the Empire of Bennett Snatch, they've just sort of randomly popped up there. I don't know why. Yeah, we know we've got a fleet missing. Alliance Invitation, Combined Rixie Planets has joined the Codine Pact. Oh, there's a few of those. Who are those guys then? So if we were to declare war on the Combined Rixie Planets now, if I can actually find them. So they're in an alliance... with a lot of people, including the Union of Hulfast Core. They've now formed a federation as well. So we need to start finding some strong allies. What about this nation of Firis? Do they like us at all? They actually do. They have a good opinion of us. They wouldn't like an alliance, though. That's potentially problematic there. We do have an embassy with them. This is one of the reasons why things are slightly nice. So it's going to be very, very difficult to pick on the Combined Rixie Planets anymore because they are part of a federation. Same goes for the Union of Hulfast Core. So obviously attacking them does have its downsides. We need to bring the Navy home as well. You guys need to embark. Not the Navy, sorry, the Army. So yeah, Federation, not liking that. It's going to make it a little more difficult to attack other people in the future. But we are quite strong. We definitely need to make sure that we keep our military strength pretty much maxed out. Our fleet has returned, so let's get you back home. And we probably will want to get some more battleships. We'll get all of the ships back home. We'll get them all together in one big fleet, and then we can actually have a look and see what we could possibly get from them. So who is in this federation exactly? So the Gagassi, Hulfas, the Najklax, and the Genogian. So Gassi, Hulfas, Najax, Genogian. So it is these guys, the Gagassi Sovereignty, obviously Rixie, Hulfas, Najax, which are up here. So there are quite some big big names getting involved with all of that. What about these guys, the Benthel Stellar Conglomerate? Do they like me at all? They're wary of me. Terror bombing, that's going down. Individualist, rabble, threat, repugnant. Yeah, they're not going to like me at any point, are they? I think we've made a lot of enemies in this campaign. I'm not too sure how we're going to deal with that. Maybe we'll just have to try and get Stompy enough to deal with all of that. Let's just go ahead and get all of these fleets all together. So yeah, this is definitely an interesting point now. What do we want to do here? Do we actually want to... Oh, well, we did lose a unit with the attacking army. We'll have to build up another one there. Do we want to try and block these guys off? What have we got here? Xeno researchers on Der 3 have published an open letter demanding that the local legislation restricting experiments on near sentient alien species be relaxed. They make a convincing case for the scientific benefits and warn that the output of the entire scientific community on Der 3 will suffer unless the laws are revised. The ethics of it all remain questionable, so we can either ignore them and they'll get minus 20% society output for 2 years, or we can agree and we will gain 250 society research for 24 months, giving minus 15 happiness. So we'll just take the society drop. It's only on like the one planet, so it's not really a big deal. A governor has died. It's not too big of a problem right now, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm just thinking, do we want to sort of settle something down here and try and block these guys from going further north? And also trying to actually grab some of these nice worlds that are down here, or these nice systems. I guess we could go and try and grab this one here. It is a desert world, so we could colonize that nicely. I might want to give all of these to... Let's have a look at the factions, actually. How are things going with the factions right now? So these guys got 100% corruption. These are the Rixian ones. We want to try and... oh, there's another one of these. Yeah, we'll ignore. We're going to manage this faction and suppress the media.
Construction complete.
Just keep suppressing the media. I don't think the other ones are really going to rise up all that much. I don't think we have to worry too much about it. Again, ships, if you wouldn't mind all getting together so we can work out what we need to do with you. Yeah, I am thinking about maybe colonizing this here. So let's go ahead and just get together a colony ship. Let's also get the armies to land so we can rebuild. Which it should let me do that anyway. Governor Foundation Afro has leveled up and gained the trait Iron Fist. Awesome. So what exactly does that give you? We want leaders. Afro, Iron Fist starts the slave one, which doesn't make a lot of difference to right now. So yeah, we're down to 280 on the old squadron. We took a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and repair up first. Obviously, we're building a colony ship at the moment, so that's going to take a little bit of time. You guys should have landed. You are there, so let's land everybody. There we go. Can we recruit any more? No, we are going to be at the capacity with that one. That's fine. Research is now complete, so we get an extra larger leader pool, and we can have 2 additional leaders. And get an extra sector, more naval capacity. Sure, why not? It's going to take 6 years, but we'll get it done. So yeah, we've got 31,000 combat strength at the moment, which is actually quite nice. I wonder what some of the upgrades are that these have had, like the auto best ones, because we are working on getting the better power plants. So that will help things out, I think. And we're making plenty of minerals, making plenty of money, we're making plenty of influence. Everything is relatively good. We do need to keep our eye out up here, because we may need to go and connect some stuff up. Like, for example, we do have some society research that we could grab. Most of the stuff does look like it is already connected up, though, so we don't have to worry too much about that. And again, it belongs to a sector, so they'll probably take care of most of it themselves. The fleet has been repaired. That is good. Now, if we were to upgrade you, that'd be 92 ships getting upgraded, and I don't even know why they would be getting upgraded yet. So we'll probably hang on I just wish it wouldn't upgrade one class of ship to... Well, it's not a different class, but if I've got 2 different designs, it shouldn't upgrade one design to another. It should just upgrade within the design. I don't understand why it chooses one over the other. That seems a little bit silly, Paradox. You need to get that fixed. Let's go ahead and get some mining stations up here because there's some energy credits that we can get. A building has been ruined. Yeah, we're going to have these factions. I haven't really learned a way to deal with these factions directly yet. I don't even know if there is a way. I'd like to think that there is. I just don't know what it is. So we're at the minerals cap again. 20,000, and we've hit that pretty quickly. But things are going well. We've got to now just sort of try and decide where I go from here, because most of my immediate neighbours have entered into alliances and confederations, which makes it difficult to take them out. What about you guys? I know you're small, but you don't even want an alliance now, do you? Unfriendly attitude. Oh, you're already in an alliance. I know we were in an alliance with them at some point before, but... Nobody wants to be in an alliance with me. Nobody at all. And if I try to join these guys' confederation, if they already have one, they'll just tell me to jog on.
Construction complete.
Well, it's only negative 85, which isn't that bad. I mean, they have a cordial attitude. We have an embassy. But yeah, a base of negative 50, which is not good. A number of individuals belonging to the pre-sentient native population of Tourist 2A somehow got into a secure compound on the outskirts of our colony. They were chased off within hours, but not before severely damaging several interstellar uplinks dedicated to currency transfers. We fear several hundred credits may have been lost in the ether. Oh well, never mind. We were at the cap anyway, so it's not a big deal. Is that just a bit of undiscovered space? It's like one spot on the map that I haven't seen yet that's still actually showing as being grey, which is really weird. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to keep my eye on these factions. And, I mean, some of them have like a really, really small population. It'd be nice if we could get rid of that. But yeah, then we've got other ones to worry about, like the Hulfaskoran Repatriarchs, who have, you know, a lot of population because we've taken so much stuff. They even have population on Sol, so you know they're really sort of expanding out. But maybe we can deal with that. But yeah, there's no permanent action you can take. You can spend your influence to sort of bribe them down, but it doesn't appear that you can do it on any sort of long-lasting effect. And of course, we can't purge them out because we don't have the what is it called? Purge, and we can't take purge because we don't. We're not xenophobes, and we have certain other things. So yeah, I don't really know what we can do about that. Railguns, military station damage plus 10%. Marauder missiles. They look quite tasty, actually. Let's work on the Marauder missiles. Again, that's going to take about 4 years, but that is a good point to end the video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Stellaris. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.